The young Kunju began putting these teachings into practice, yet he did not feel fulfilled. After a few years, Kupandi Swami returned from his pilgrimage and found Kunju in a depressed state. He said, "Why are you like this?" "Swami, what I practice is not giving me satisfaction. I have read in the scriptures and in our Puranas that in the ancient Vedic period, there were many Maharshis who with just one look gave an experience of the self. Are there not any such Maharshis now?" Kunju inquired. Kupandi Swami said, "Yes, there is one such sage now. His name is Ramana Maharshi." The moment Kunju heard the name Ramana Maharshi, he went into a state of ecstasy. After a few minutes, he collected himself and asked, "Swami, have you seen this Ramana Maharshi?" "Yes, I went to Arunachala and saw him." And Kunju said, "I would like to go there." Kupandi Swami was a highly advanced teacher and had hundreds of devotees. He had a premonition that after 2 years he would go into Jiva Samadhi, entombment while still alive, and that Kunju should close his tomb. So he told Kunju, "Please wait until then. I have chosen you to do this because you have got the blessings of Lord Shiva. Until then, I will be teaching you." During that period, Ramakrishnan, one of his friends from the next village, came to see him. Kunju told his friend, "At least you go to Ramana Maharshi and see him first. I will give you directions to get there." Finally, the day for Kupandi Swami to enter into Jiva Samadhi arrived. Hundreds thronged the site in anticipation of the miracle that awaited them. The pit was dug, and the teacher told Kunju to place the slab over the tomb. "How will I know when to put it?" Kunju asked. "After I enter into Samadhi, you will see my head, and it will suddenly start to shake. That will be your clue to put the slab on the tomb." "When will I see that?" Kunju asked. "It will happen half an hour after I enter into Samadhi." Half an hour passed, then 1 hour, then 2, and still nothing happened. Suddenly, Kupandi Swami arose from the pit and ran out with Kunju in tow. After running for almost a mile, Kupandi Swami stopped under a tree. Kunju fell at his feet. "Swami, what happened?" "I don't know. I am not trying to cheat anyone. I had this premonition and the time was fixed. It was not by me. It was ordained. Something has gone wrong, which means I will do some more sadhana. I will go on a pilgrimage and I will not come back. Go to Ramana Maharshi. I bless you, my child." Then the teacher parted from his disciple. The Swami's failure to enter Jiva Samadhi became sensational news. But soon the excitement died down. Kunju was heartbroken that his Upaguru had failed and gone away. His father took pity on him and said, "Son, you have been with Kupandi Swami. Do you owe any money to anyone?" "Yes, father, I owe some 5 rupees. "Here, take this money and return it." His father pressed 5 rupees into his palm. Kunju felt that it was Lord Shiva himself giving him the money to go to Tiruvannamalai. By this time, around January 1920, Kunju was very popular in his village, as well as in the surrounding ones. Wanting to avoid the idle curiosity of people, he waited until night to slip away. He ran to the railway station and waited there, but missed the train. He hid himself and caught the next train to Katpadi. On reaching Katpadi, he learned that he had again missed the train to Tiruvannamalai. The next train was at 6 in the evening, and he had to wait the entire day. At 5, when he went to buy a ticket, he was told that a bubonic plague had broken out in Tiruvannamalai, and therefore nobody was allowed to get off there. Dejected, he asked a man standing next to him, "What do? I want to go to Tiruvannamalai." Tirukulur is the next station after Tiruvannamalai. Get a ticket to Tirukulur, and when the train reaches Tiruvannamalai, jump off the train. That is the way, the stranger advised. But when he went to buy the ticket, Kunju realized that he had just enough money to get to Tiruvannamalai. He needed 4 annas more to buy a ticket to Tirukulur. Frustrated and not knowing what else to do, he began to pray to Bhagavan. He looked down and his eye fell on the rails in front of him. Between the 2 rails lay a 4 anna coin. Overjoyed, he picked it up, bought his ticket, and finally got on the train to Tirukulur. They were to arrive at Tiruvannamalai station at 9:30 in the evening. Being a law-abiding and truthful young man, Kunju Swami was apprehensive about breaking the rule of getting off at the forbidden station. But suddenly, the man seated next to him held out his hand and said, "I am getting down at Tiruvannamalai. You must also get off." And he pulled him along. The 2 men slipped away into the night. Later on, when Kunju Swami recounted how the whole thing worked out, he said, "Had I not missed the morning train, I would not have been able to slip into Tiruvannamalai. Everything was perfect. I did not want to break the rules, but somebody held my hand and compelled me to get down. I followed him into town to an open temple porch where we both fell asleep. When I woke up early the next morning, the man who helped me was gone. Who else could it have been except my Bhagavan?"